All right, my beautiful people, man. Good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining us here this morning on New Black Wall Street Book Club, or the Black Billionaires Club Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put in the book, we absolutely will find it. This morning is on Sundays we do our study, and this is a study that we do particularly for the Millionaire Mastermind Alliance. So give me just a second. I gotta put this thing on over there because they may just be there we go. We do that study for here, for the Millionaire Mastermind Alliance, which is a part of the Black Billionaires Club, which is a actual club. And so you have the opportunity to join that. You have an opportunity to be a part of that if you so wish or so desire to do so. By going to www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. Good morning to you, by the way, Instagram Live, YouTube Live, no matter where you're connecting from. Go ahead and say good morning to us this morning as we get this thing crack-a-lacking. I'm your boy, ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator. Also the CEO of ERGJ Black Bazaar, ERGJ Black ERGJ Enterprises. And we're going to be going through the book today, The Law of Success. We are going to pick up where we left off last week as we're in lesson number 10, which is Accurate Thought. Lesson number 10, which is Accurate Thought. The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. We're into lesson number 10, speaking on accurate thought. I'm not going to waste too much time, man. And we'll talk a little bit about what we need to talk about this morning, get right into it. I'm just ready to study and change the way that I think so I can change my life. And hopefully you're beginning to understand just how powerful it is to read and to read together. So we're going to get right into this thing this morning, man. You know what time it is, DJ? Hit the music.
From the pages, change your world, change your heart, you can change your mind, you can change your life. Can change your world.
All right, my beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for joining us. ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprise, ERGJ Black Bazaar, also international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. That's right. The Black Billionaires Club is the study of Black wealth, the study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And you can pick this book up to learn from billionaires, to learn not from poor dad, but from rich dad, rich uncle, rich aunt, all these virtual people that you can actually learn from and how they built their wealth by simply going to www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. While you're there, go ahead and check out the club that you can join for $20 a month to be a part of this group that has this mastermind call on Sundays, part of this group that's teaching each other how to be part of this group that has distribution opportunities to be able to make money right now. Well, you can be a part of that by going to www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, clicking on join the BBC, learn all that you need to know to make a $20 decision to change your life forever. Hey, we got here also the flashcards. I'm actually going to be giving one of these away to someone who won a contest. And so we're in day number 14 days. It says 21 days to change a habit. Well, we got 21 thoughts, 21 flashcards to change the way we think. 21 days, change the way we think. Today we're talking about much is given, much is required. Much is given, much is required. It says here, nothing comes for free. Unto whom much is given, too much is required of. What you understand as you level up, and we're going to be talking about this today, matter of fact, as you level up, much more is going to be required of you, much more responsibility with what's been given to you. As much is given, much required. So don't expect to get a whole lot, but then not be required to do something with it, right? So why would it be given to you? You know, why would it be given to you if you're not going to manage it properly? This is the reason why many of us are broke. Because giving us money is going to be bad for us, right? But until you start to turn the corner, and you start to manage it properly, manage it well, be a good steward, then you'll begin to find that much more will come into your hand because you can be trusted with it, right? Right, and this goes for anything. Money is easy to talk about, but why would the universe give you something that you can't be trusted with, right? Right, you can't be trusted with love. Why would the universe give you love? Right, it would just give you the perverted method of love or wickedness of love, which is lust. Right. So much is given, much is required. Now we're gonna get right into that. Of course, if you want to get these flashcards, by the way, I think I got about 3 more packs. It's $20 to make that investment in yourself. And I'm not gonna wait on people this morning, man. I've learned one of the things I've learned in life is to stop waiting on other people. You will literally. It's worse than sleeping. I mean, you sleep to get rest, right? But some people oversleep. But I'm telling you, waiting on other people, right? You say, hey, we're gonna do this at this particular time, and they just, for some reason, they just can't make their own time. They never are on time. They always have you waiting on them. You're gonna always start thinking about the people that always got you waiting on them. And you keep putting yourself in position to try to do stuff with them because you care, because you love them, because you really want to work with them. But they keep putting you keep putting yourself in position to have to wait on them, and both of y'all miss out. I'm telling you, I'm tired of missing out on things because I wait on other people who don't want to do anything anyway. Or they want to, but they don't have a desire to, because the desire will have them get there on time. Matter of fact, it says what in the Army says, to be there on time is to be late, to be early is to be on time. They'll get there early. Man, when people really want something and they can't wait, think about that concert. They get there early to get in that line to get in that concert. They get there early to the football game. But they won't even get there early for their very own dreams, because they are not excited about those as they are these other things which they ain't building. Anyway, we're going to get right to what we're talking about today, man. The accurate thought. Everybody put in the console, accurate thought, man. This is such a juicy topic. And today we're going to pick up where we left off at last week when we were talking about the they say chorus. And it basically said that, man, when you become an accurate thinker, it's some things that you must understand. We'll pick up where we left off right there today. We're in the law of success, right? The law of success by Mr. Napoleon Hill, the master wealth builders. The Master Wealth Builders complete and original lesson plan for achieving your dreams. The Master Wealth Builders complete and original lesson plan for achieving dreams. Now we're getting to the end of this book, by the way. Anyway, accurate thought. All right, here, before you can become an accurate thinker, you must understand and make allowance for the fact that the moment a man or woman begins to assume leadership in any walk of life, the slanderers begin to circulate rumors and subtle whisperings reflecting upon his or her character. Good morning to you, Mr. Brandon. Nice to see you, brother. Good morning to you. No matter how fine one's character is or what service he may be engaged in rendering to the world, he cannot escape. You cannot escape the notice that those misguided people who delight in destroying instead of building. How many of you guys know some misguided people who delight in destroying instead of building? As a matter of fact, they're your friend when you're doing nothing. They become your enemy when you start doing something. Now, I want you to think about this for a second. They're your friend when y'all are doing nothing. When y'all are hanging out, smoking the weed and drinking the alcohol and not doing nothing for your life, they are your friend. But as soon as you begin to level up, as soon as you begin to take control of your life, they seem to become your enemy and start talking bad about you. He ain't who he used to be. She ain't the same person I grew up with. No, I'm not. You can stay the same. I'm not going to stay the same. I'm going to evolve. I'm going to become a leader. I'm going to take control of my life. These are people who are misguided, right? And they delight in destroying instead of building. And he said here, you got to watch out. Watch out. Goes on to talk about Lincoln's political enemies that circulated a report that he lived with a colored woman. Washington's political enemies circulated a similar report concerning him. Since Lincoln and Washington were Southern men, this report was undoubtedly regarded by those who circulated as being one and at the same time the most fitting and degrading one they could imagine. But we do not have to go back to our first president to find evidence, everybody put in console evidence, to find evidence of this slanderous nature which men and women are gifted. For they went a step further in paying their tributes to the late President Harding and circulated a report that he had Negro blood in his veins. When Woodrow Wilson came back from Paris with what he believed to be a sound plan for abolishing war and settling international disputes, all except the accurate thinker might have been led to believe by the reports of the they say chorus. How many guys know some people in the they say crowd? They say this, they say that, they say this, but they don't do much of anything. That he was a combination of Nero and Judas Iscariot, the little politicians and the cheap politicians and the interest paid politicians and the plain ignorance who did no thinking of their own. All joined in one mighty chorus for the purpose of destroying the one and only man in the history of this world who offered a plan for abolishing war. Now, I want you to understand that as you, in whatever field, whatever industry, wherever you're in, as you decide to be a leader in your field, and you begin to come up with plans to solve the problems that everybody complains about, the they say course is going to come after you. Because the reality is most people don't want the solution to the problem. Most people want to talk about the problem because misery loves company. But that one individual, and I know who I'm talking to this morning. I'm talking to the people who are solving problems in this world. The one individual who comes up with a plan to solve any problem, right, is going to be talked about by the they say chorus. It's when the haters come out, the slanderers come out, the rumors start coming out. Like, where did that come from? Right? And the question is, because we're talking about to whom much is given, much more is required, this just comes with the territory. Everybody put a console, it comes with the territory. This is what comes with the territory. This is the part that people don't talk about when it comes to the level up, when it comes to being in leadership, when it comes to and you want to get the things of this world, when it comes to actually getting those things and what comes with those things and being a leader and having prosperity in your life. This is what comes. Can you handle someone lying about you, trying to destroy you because you're doing good? Most people can't handle that. Most people take it personally. Most people, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you got to have thick skin when you decide to become a leader in whatever area, a leader in your field. The slanderers killed both Harding and Wilson, murdered them with vicious lies. They did the same to Lincoln, only in a somewhat more spectacular manner by inciting a fanatic to hasten his death with a bullet. Statesmanship and politics are not the only fields in which the accurate thinker must be on guard. Everybody put it down, so on guard. Be on guard against the they say chorus. The moment a man begins to make himself felt in the field of industry or business, this is the moment you do this. The moment you decide to become a leader, the moment you do this, this chorus becomes active. If a man makes a better mousetrap than his neighbor, the world will make a beaten path to his door, no doubt about that. And in the gang that will trail along with those who come, not to commend, but to condemn and to destroy his reputation. The late John H. Patterson, president of the National Cash Register Company, is a notable example of what may happen to a man who builds a better cash register than that of his neighbor. Yet, in the mind of the accurate thinker, there is no one scintilla of evidence to support the vicious reports that Mr. Patterson's competitors circulated about him. As for Wilson and Harding, we may only judge how posterity will view them by observing how it has immortalized the names of Lincoln and Washington. Truth alone endures, all else must pass on with time. Truth endures. All else must pass on with time. This is where you get the good quote that says, the good scripture that says, this too shall pass. Everything will pass except truth. It may take a while, but all things will pass except truth. Now, this is a very interesting word. Everybody put in the console #truth. I find this word so interesting, truth, because this is the same question that was asked upon Jesus. That Pontius Pilate asked Jesus before he was about to get crucified. He said, "What is truth?" And I believe that this same sentiment is still here today. People are searching for truth. Now, there's so much in this world. There's so much. There's so much that's been twisted and wicked. I'm thinking of the right word, but there's so much dishonesty, so many lies that it's hard to decipher between what's true and what's a lie, what's real and what's fake. I mean, honestly, if you think about this question I'm about to ask, how many people would you say that are living truthful lives, right? They're living in truth. Now, when I ask this, it's something to think about because, you know, people who are in self-denial, they're not living in truth. People who have to conjure up excuses or reasons or they always have to find a way out of stuff that they're not living in truth. I'm telling you, one of the hardest things to find, I found, and you tell me if this is true for you. One of the hardest things I found in this world is to find a person who will simply be honest no matter what. First, honest with themselves, and then honest with others. Anybody else found that to be true? That one of the hardest things to find in this world has been to find a person who will be honest no matter what, to tell the truth no matter what. Most people only tell the truth when it benefits them. They only be honest when it benefits them. But when there's an opportunity for the truth to hurt, they'll lie. Matter of fact, I find this with a lot of relationships. People simply don't tell the truth. They'll lie in order to cater to someone's feelings. Oh, I'm gonna tell a small little white lie because if I tell the truth, it's gonna hurt them. I don't want to hurt them, so it's better for me to lie a little bit to save their feelings than to actually tell the truth to save their soul. Oh, let me say that again for the people in the back. I found that many of us find it easier or better to lie, just a little white lie, a little fib, a little dishonesty to save someone's feelings instead of telling the truth to save someone's soul. Oh, this must be Sunday. This has got to be Sunday. I don't talk like this unless it's on a Sunday. Right? We got Instagram Live said, only the truth can set you free. Now, I find that to be true. Truth alone endures. Right? Where's that at? Okay. The object of these references is not to eulogize those who stand in no particular need of eulogy, but it is to direct your attention to the fact that the they say evidence is always subject to the closest scrutiny, and all the more so when it is of a negative and destructive nature. No harm can come from accepting as fact hearsay evidence that is constructive, but its opposite, if accepted at all, should be subjected to the closest inspection possible under the available means of applying the law of evidence. As an accurate thinker, it is both your privilege and your duty to avail yourself to facts. Let me repeat that again. As an accurate thinker, it is both your privilege, everybody put in console privilege, and your duty to avail yourself of facts, even though you must go out of your way to get them. If you permit yourself to be swayed to and fro by all manner of information that comes to your attention, you will never become an accurate thinker. This right here is worth studying. Let me go ahead. I got to get my highlight out for this one. Okay, I got to get the highlight out for this one. How many of you guys know some people, and not you, of course, who every little bit of information that comes across their path, that always, listen, how many of you guys know some people who are always changing their decisions? They feel one way today, and they're going to do this thing today. And then later today, they get some information. And their decision is now swayed to another decision because of new information. And now they're on a new path. And now they're on this new path, and then tomorrow they're like, yes, I'm doing this. And then they get some new information, and then tomorrow they make a new decision to go down a different path. They are always changing their mind because they are swayed by new information. And a person who is swayed in their resolve, it will never become an accurate thinker. And if you do not think accurately, you cannot be sure of attaining the object of your definite chief aim in life. I like that, Brandon. Brandon says switching religion. In the comments below, share one thing that you know people continue to switch. I mean, it's like they switch up like the wind. I mean, they always listen. That's what it is, by the way. It's chasing the wind. In other words, because you and I have not really determined what it is that we want, that I want, that you want individually out of life. Your definite chief aim. You're always chasing the wind. Listen. Oh, let's go down the road. In the comments, let's play a little game. In the comments below, just name one thing that you know. He said switching religion. I like this, Brandon. That you know that people continue to switch up. I got a whole bunch of them. I just want to see if y'all got some. Name one thing. You're like, man, you always switching. You're always changing your mind. I mean, can you stick with anything? Switching up like the wind. Right? In college, you do it all the time, right? You change your majors. Oh, I want to do this. We're going to go after this. We're going to be this. And we're going to do this. Then you switch it up. Then you switch it up. Then you graduate. Then you go to college or go to work. And then you go back to school because you switch it up again. You've been switching up your whole life. Oh, I got more. Network marketing. Huh? Network marketing. You started out selling coffee. Now you're selling you're selling credit. Now you're selling, always changing up. You don't stick with anything. Insurance. You're just like, what are you doing? How do you expect to be successful if you never stick with anything? How? There's no stick to. I mean, matter of fact, you don't want to be known as the person. That's what they look on the job, right? They look on your application when you fill out for a house. And they want to know how long you've been on your job. Why? Because they're looking for somebody who has stability. Right? I mean, do you want to really be involved with someone who's always switching up? They're unstable in all their ways? There's a reason why they do that. They say, man, we looking for somebody that's stable, got stable income. And we pretty much know this is the least amount that they're going to make because they sticking to, Brandon said their diet. They always switching up their diet. Vivian Reed said their occupation. They're switching up their goals. Can't stick to nothing. Right? If you permit yourself to be swayed to and fro by all manner of information that comes to your attention, you will never become an accurate thinker. And if you do not think accurately, you cannot be sure of attaining the object of your definite chief aim in life. Many a man has gone down to defeat because, due to his prejudice and hatred, he underestimated the virtues of his enemies or competitors. The eyes of the accurate thinker sees facts, not the delusions of prejudice, not the delusions of hate, not the delusions of envy. An accurate thinker must be something of a good sportsman, is that he is fair enough with himself at least to look for virtues as well as faults in other people. For it is not without reason to suppose that all men have some of each of these qualities. I do not believe that I can afford to deceive others. I know I cannot afford to deceive myself. This must be the motto of the accurate thinker. Let me say that again. I do not believe that I can afford to deceive others. I know I cannot afford to deceive myself. Everybody put in the comments, so I cannot afford to deceive myself. I call this delusion. Right? I cannot afford to deceive myself. Now, I'll be honest. There was a time in my life where I deceived myself. I thought just crazy stuff. I didn't know it at the time. I was going through it. I was deceiving myself because I thought I was being right. I thought I had accurate thoughts, but they were inaccurate. They were clouded by a lot of different things. And I'm gonna tell you this: many of those thoughts that I had, I can't speak for anybody else. I'm going to talk about ERGJ. And many of the thoughts that I had were clouded by emotion. The thoughts that I had were clouded by how I felt about other people. And don't you know that you can have feelings or a feeling for a certain people in your life, and your thoughts are, I mean, and those feelings are futile, and it feels weird because you're like, it's like this. It's like I call it this. I call it that potential versus production, right? It's one thing to believe the best of a person and know they got potential, immense potential. They can do whatever, right? But you let's say you fall in love, but you are enamored by who they could be instead of who they are. Let me say that again for the people in the back. To become enamored, to cast your feelings out for people based on who they could be, who they have the potential to be. You fall in love with who they could be. You're like, man, if you just get this right, man, you're going to be so phenomenal. You're going to be awesome. Oh, I can't wait till you become who I see you to be, which is great to have hope. That, man, I just know. I just believe that one day, right? That's the thing. One day you're going to get there. But to overlook who that person is and to fall in love with who they could be. This is a big word, could. They're not there yet. They got the possibility. We see this in this called drafting. Or we project that this #1 draft pick is going to be the #1 center ever, right? Sometimes they're right, many times they're wrong. And then they overlook the person that's been averaging a double-double for 4 years in college. Steady Eddie don't get the #1 pick, right? So often, I'm telling you, often my thinking was clouded by my belief or my hope in other people. Yeah, I know that sounds weird to say, but to just believe that other people, that you, whoever you are, you will actually become who you have the potential to be. Now, there's nothing wrong with having hope in people. What I'm saying is when that belief or that hope that I have in other people overlooks who that person is right now, or what that organization, it doesn't have to be a person, what that organization is right now. Right? To be in that space. Because it doesn't have to be a person, it could be something you're connected to, it could be your church, it could be some business, it could be some group. It doesn't even have to be a person, it could be an entity that you see that has the potential. They got the potential, but they don't produce. Interesting place to be. So I cannot afford to deceive myself. Now, here's the reason why I think this is so valuable. Because of your time. You can spend so much time deceiving yourself that you have very little time left to fulfill your mission, to accomplish your goal. Let me say this again. Because of your time. If you spend so much time deceiving yourself, never being honest with yourself, never facing the facts, never dealing with truth, you'll have very little time left. You'll have very little time left to fulfill your mission, whatever that is. Brandon said, "For me, it was the NAACP. So much potential, but then when you got down to the truth, when you got down to the production, when you got down to what was really real, you're like, what is going on here?" Right? Don't deceive yourself. With the supposition that these hints are sufficient to impress upon your mind the importance of searching for facts until you're reasonably sure that you found them, we will take up the question of organizing, classifying, and using these facts. Look once more in the circle of your own acquaintances. Now he's giving us something to do. Look into your circle of friends, the people that you hang around, the people in your life, and find a person who appears to accomplish more with less effort than do any of his associates. All right, so it's saying, hey, okay, take a moment to look at the people you know. And I want you to point out a person who appears to accomplish more with less effort than do any of his associates. Yeah, I want you to think about one person. Okay, you got one person in your mind. You say, man, as I just think about it, I know at least one person that just seems to do a lot more and a lot less with a lot less effort. It's make it look easy. How many guys know some people that make it look easy? No one person in your circle, your people that you're connected to, people that you admire, whatever, that make it look easy. They seem to accomplish more with less effort. They make it look easy. That's right. Mark Darius said too much time majoring in minor concerns. Now he says, study this man or woman, and you observe that he is a strategist, or he or she is a strategist, that he has learned how to arrange facts so that he brings to his aid the law of increasing returns, which we described in a previous lesson. The man who knows that he is working with facts goes at his task with a feeling of self-confidence, which enables him to refrain from temporizing, hesitating, or waiting. Right? The man who knows that he is working with facts, not opinions, not emotions. The man who knows that he is working with facts goes at his task with a feeling of self-confidence. What is it like when you start dealing with facts? You start dealing with truth. You start dealing with honesty. You start dealing with what is real. Right? The man who knows that he is working with facts goes at his task with a feeling of self-confidence, which enables him to refrain from temporizing, refrain from hesitating, refrain from waiting to make sure of his ground. He knows in advance what the outcome of his efforts will be. Therefore, he moves more rapidly and accomplishes more than does the man who must feel his way, because he is not sure that he is working with facts. This got too much truth in it. I can probably read this 4 or 5 times. This is one little. Let me get my highlight out. Okay, highlight of time. Highlight of time. Listen. Is it possible that the reason why you hesitate, and I'm just saying you because I don't know who I'm talking to, but the reason, because I got to a point where I don't hesitate. I make a decision and I go, right? When I get to the facts, I go. So is it possible that you're hesitating in life? You're hesitating and moving forward because you're dealing more with how you feel, more with how you think, and less with what is. I know that's hard to comprehend, right? What is? Like this is the reality. But you feel a certain way about the reality. You think a certain way about the reality, but the reality has not changed. And instead of dealing with the truth or the facts or what is or the reality, we spend a lot of time in fantasy. We spend a lot of time with what's not real and not enough time with what is real. The man who knows that he is working with facts goes at his task with a feeling of self-confidence. How many of you guys right now, you can safely say, you go at your task, you go at this thing called life every day with self-confidence? And if you can't say that, you can't comfortably, you can't honestly, you can't just boom, I'm hey, right now, then maybe that's because you haven't been dealing with facts. Maybe you've been in the gray area when it's really just black or white. It really, here's the black and here's the white, but you're stuck in the gray. And matter of fact, it's the gray that you created. You made it gray. It was black or it was white. You made it gray, and you stuck in the middle. But of course, if I tell you that, you won't. You go. It's like you fight You fight truth and you fight reality, and only so that you can live in fantasy. You want to stay with how you feel. You want to stay with how you think. You don't want to evolve. You don't want to level up. You don't want to read. I mean, my goodness. For your life to change, you must change. If you are unwilling to change, nothing will change. Listen, as Mark Dane said, man, we do it with our customers all the time. We think they want, but have gathered no facts to confidently move forward. Right? Call not really asking the questions to get the answers. They'll tell you. So you go over this task with a feeling of self-confidence, which enables him to refrain from temporizing, from hesitating, from waiting to make sure of his ground. He knows in advance what the outcome of his efforts will be. Therefore, now how does he know the outcome of his efforts? Because he's dealing, or she is dealing, with facts, proof, evidence. Therefore, he moves more rapidly and accomplishes more than does the man who must feel his way, because he is not sure that he is working with facts. The man who has learned the advantages of searching for facts as the foundation of his thinking has gone a very long way toward the development of accurate thinking. But the man who has learned how to separate facts into the important and the unimportant has gone still further. So now it's saying, hey, first step is to learn how to separate, right? First it starts with searching. Everybody put in console search. If you seek, you'll find. First, you got to start with searching for facts. All right, that's the first step. If you become, and this is for those who want to become accurate thinkers. You know, you want to get to a place where your thoughts are not all over the place. You want to be in a place of stability in your mind so that you can have stability in your life. You want to get to that place. First, you got to start by searching. Isn't this interesting? The same thing that was said 2,000 years ago, seek and you'll find. Same thing he's saying here. The first step, the first part of this is you gotta want to find it. You gotta search for facts. Same principle, 2,000 years ago, saying ain't nothing changed. Seek and you will find. Are you searching for facts? So the question is, what are you looking for? You will find what you are looking for. You looking for drama? You'll find it. You're looking for marijuana? You'll find it. You're looking for the alcohol? You'll find it. You're looking for success? You'll find it. You're looking for another sale? You will find it. What are you looking for? Now here's the interesting thing. Many people have no idea many people aren't looking for anything. They have no idea what they're looking for. They have no target. They wake up wandering. And they say, I'll get whatever the universe gives me today. I'll just take that. They ain't looking for nothing much, and guess what they get? Not much. What are you looking for? Are you searching for facts? So I first got to search. And second, it said, now you got to separate. So once you get to the facts, now you got to separate. Is it important or is it not important? Now, how do you determine that? Well, first, is it important? Meaning, does this help me get to where I want to go? Important to me. Not that it's unimportant at all. Is it important to me? Is it important to me in the journey that I'm on? Is it important to me in me reaching or getting to my definite chief aim? I'm telling you, I'll be like, I ask myself, can this help me get to where I want to go? Is this helping me? Can this help? If not, I don't deal with it. It's just not my lane. I stay in my lane. It's great. It's important, but it's not important to me. Therefore, I let it go and let somebody else deal with it. But there's some of us who take it on, all of it on. We take everything on. Now we got the facts, but we got all these facts. We got all the information. We got all the knowledge. We got it all. Even that is too much. Now, some of you guys may disagree with that. Say it ain't too, it's not too. No, I'm telling you. You may say it's not too much. No, it is. Listen, it's one thing, and I take it like this. It's one thing to be, it depends on where you want to be, right? It's good that you got to the facts. That's first step, right? And that's just like the general doctor, right? You go to the general dentist or somebody. You go to them, they got all the general information. They just got a lot of knowledge, and they get paid a little bit, right, to be able to help you general stuff. But guess what happens when they get to something that's specific, right? They got to send you to the specialist. And the specialist got specific information because all they deal with is this particular area of your body. All they deal with is this particular area of surgery or whatever. They send you the general doctor once they diagnose that, oh, I can't help you no more because I only got general information. I got to send you to the specialist because the specialist specializes in this particular area. Let me ask you this. Who gets paid more? The general person with the general information or the specialist who only deals with one particular thing? Why am I asking you this morning? Because I want you to understand that your definite chief aim, whatever it is that you're saying that you want out of this life, is special. And it's going to take it's going to take some special kind of focus for you to get to where you say you want to go. Everybody put a console, I'm a specialist. See, I really want you to own this morning. Own or be owned. I want you to own. I'm a specialist. See, I specialize in money. That's it. I don't specialize in baking cakes. I don't specialize in a lot of stuff, but I specialize in money. That may not be you. That's okay. You might I know Vivian's here. She specializes in health and nutrition. I know that Brandon's here. He specializes in music and swimming and something else maybe. I don't know, running. He does a marathon and stuff like that, right? Mr. Mark Days here. He specializes in communication. And they got the Cheesecake Factory and stuff, but that ain't really, he don't really specialize in cheesecake. I think that wife specializes in cheesecake. He specializes in operations. I think. I may be wrong. But you want to, I'm not, you don't have to, but I'm just suggesting that you become a specialist. Become a specialist. Well, what are you going to specialize in? And will you make this your major area? You see what I'm saying? I want you to major. See, I don't want you to minor in everything. That's called a jack of all trades, a jack of all knowledge, all this stuff. I want you to major in something. And as I think about this thing called life, and I understand that once we set goals, we start actually this starts pulling us towards it. I'm asking you to make a decision to major in something, to become a specialist in something. What is that going to be for you? See, I got an assistant. She's majored in support. That's just what she's majored. She doesn't have to go and just stay in your major area. I got another queen that takes care of all my web stuff. She's majored in digital stuff, whatever that's called, technology or whatever, digital marketing, I guess. I don't know. But as I'm talking about people that I know, people that I'm connected to, people who have decided for their life to major in something, to become a specialist in something, my question to you, and feel free to share that in the comments below, what are you a specialist at? What have you majored in? And this goes far beyond college. This goes far beyond the formal education. See, formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. I'm talking about getting you to your fortune. Because again, I major in money. I specialize in money. And I'm talking about getting you to your fortune. This is what you have this is your self-education, not the formal stuff that gets you general knowledge. I'm talking about special. Another way to ask this question, what makes you special? And when I say you, I'm not talking about you as in whole. I'm talking about What makes you special in this economy? What value do you bring that's special? What is your competitive edge? What sets you apart in the marketplace? What makes you special? This is hard for some people to answer because they start getting into personality and all that. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Not talking about you as an individual. I'm talking about you as an entity, bringing value to the marketplace. And the marketplace pays you what you're worth. Hard to separate personal and business. It's hard for some people to do. They say, no, I think and I feel and I, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm here to help you fix the money problem. And in order to fix the money problem, you got to fix the mind problem. Fix your mind and you will fix your money. Matter of fact, you fix your mind and you'll fix everything in your life. Everything in your life. Man who's learned to separate facts as important and unimportant is going still further. The latter may be compared to the man who used a trip hammer and thereby accomplished at one blow more than the former, who uses a tack hammer, who can accomplish with 10,000 blows. Let us analyze briefly a few men who have made it their business to deal with the important or relevant facts pertaining to their life work. If it were not for the fact that this course is being adapted to the practical needs of men and women of the present workday world, we would go back to the great men of the past, Plato, Aristotle, Epictetus, Socrates, Solomon, Moses, and Christ, and direct attention to their habit of dealing with facts. However, we can find examples nearer our own generation that will serve our purpose to better advantage at this particular point. Inasmuch as this is an age in which money is looked upon as being the most concrete proof of success, let us study a man who has accumulated almost as much as has any other man in the history of the world. John D. Rockefeller. Mark Daniels said, I usually fall short when I attempt to be something that's not my chief area of concern. Man, that is, boy, that is, my brother, that is telling some truth right there. Mr. Rockefeller has one quality that stands out like a shining star above all of his other qualities. It is the habit of dealing only with the relevant facts pertaining to his life work. Can you imagine that? If you and I get to a point in this life that we live, this walk that we have, where we have the habit of dealing only with relevant facts pertaining to our life work. And I'm going to stop here because we're going to pick this up next week. Because first, in order to be able to get to that point, it says to me that I have to know what my life work is. How many of you guys right now have a life mission? You're like, at the end of the day, when all is said and done for my life, this is what I know I'm supposed to accomplish. This is what I know I'm supposed to build. See, for me, it's a money school. I already know. My life mission is to build a money school. I know it. I ain't quite there yet. I'm trying to figure it out along the way. I know that's what I'm supposed to do. Do you know your life mission, your life work? Because you can't really get to the point where you have the habit of dealing only with relevant facts until you first know where it is that you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do. Now, I use this word suppose because it's for you. It's what you put on yourself. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I've set my sights on for the next 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 years. And I might be doing a whole bunch of stuff right now, but ultimately it leads me to building the money school. That's me. Why I teach money classes, why I talk to people about, I teach on how to fix broke. These are the things that I do right now that lead me ultimately to the money school. What about you? Have you identified your life work? Now, it's nothing to be ashamed of, or if you haven't. Most people have not. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not within them. It doesn't mean that they haven't come across it, or that it's come to mind. It just means that they haven't accepted it yet. Some of us, it's hard for us to accept what we know is right for us. And we may tend to let go of what's right for us for what's right for others. Now I know that sounds funny, but I'm saying we'll accept what other people say about us faster than what our inner man or inner woman says about us. We'll accept what other people have to say about us, their opinions about us, quicker than we will our very own creator's opinion about us. We'll accept what someone else wants us to do with our life, our parents or society or whatever, quicker than what we want to do with our life. Goes back to another question I've been talking about all week. Who's in control? Who's in control? Do you run your life, or does your life run you? Do you manage your schedule, or does your schedule manage you? Do you run your business, or does your business run you? Who is in control? And a good quote, I mean, it comes from what The Last Dragon showed us, said, who's your master? Who's in control? Who's your master? Who is in control? Now, one of the fruits of the spirit is called temperance. It's called self-control. Self-control. In control of self. Self is in control. Control of self. That's one of the fruits of the spirit. So if you're not bearing fruit, it says that you might be out of control. Now, I said this to a good friend of mine last night. I said the individual who's out of control to me is still a child. Children are out of control. Children throw temper tantrums. Children are out of control in their thinking, out of control in their emotions, out of control. Children. When I was a child, I thought like a child. I acted like a child. But now that I'm a man, now that I'm a woman, I have put away childish things. And some of the childish things that we still deal with is being out of control in our thoughts, being out of control of our mind, never taking control. Or we can say never taking full responsibility for what we get out of this thing called life. This is a New Black Wall Street Book Club. What Black folk do read, you put in a book, we absolutely will find it. We've been going through the book, The Law of Success, and we just gonna take this thing steady Eddie. Going through The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. We're in lesson number 10, Accurate Thought. Accurate thought. And a good question from my mentor, one of my billion-dollar virtual mentors, that says this, that price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Right now, I want you to think about the price you paid to be here, guys. I've been here for almost an hour, reading, studying, leveling up in our thinking, changing the way that we think so we'll change our life, taking control of our thoughts. And as you think about this, it didn't cost you a dime. It costs you something way more valuable than money. It costs you your time. And as you think about the time that you've invested to be here today, I call it an investment because I believe that you got some value out of it. Now let's think about the value that you receive. Here's a question I want you to answer in the comments below. Was this worth your time, and why? You see, I'm not here to entertain you people. I'm here to help you, to empower you, to help you grow, to help you to evolve, help you get to the next level in your life. Was this worth your time, and why? What was this worth, right? What did you get out of it? What stuck with you today? What really made you think and ponder and meditate and just say, you know what? I need to do something different. I need to do something about this. Right? What stuck out for you today? In the comments below, let us know what value you receive by joining us here today on New Black Wall Street Book Club. Most people simply won't get up to do this. They're still asleep. They're still hitting the snooze button. They're still waiting on something, right? They're still hesitating. They're still they're still going through that, temporizing and hesitating and waiting. But you're different. You're here. And you decided to be here. You decided to stay. There's something different about you. I mean, who wakes up on a Sunday morning to read? Who gets together to collaborate, to level up in their thinking, to make sure that their week starts off right? Who does that? Only unusual people. I want to tell you that you're unusual. And it's the unusual kind of person who's going to make unusual kind of money. It's the unordinary, inordinary type of person who's going to make inordinary type of money. It's the extra special type of person who's going to make extra special kind of money. As Mark Daniels says, spend more time specializing in the area as opposed to minoring in every area. Vivian Reed said, hey, what you got today is that I'm a specialist. Wow. What a time. What a time. What a great day to be alive. It's a beautiful Sunday. It's another great day to have a great day. Hopefully you've taken something out of the day. Well, guys, I want you to remember this, man. That it takes a village. And it starts with us. It starts with a man or woman looking in the mirror and deciding that they're going to be the change that they want to see. Stop complaining about what everybody else ain't doing. And start concerning yourself with what you are doing. Let's build, people. Let's build these bank accounts. Let's build these businesses. Let's build our community. But most importantly, let's build each other. And let's do it together. We all we got. You know, I ain't lying. Ain't nobody coming to get us. We're going to have to save ourselves and come back for those who didn't want to come the first time. We all we got. But guess what? That's enough. Now, I pray to God to preserve each and every one of you, that you'll be able to meet us again right here tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, for New Black Wall Street Book Club. We'll be back to catch up on this study on Sundays. Until that time, I wish you all good success today. Go out today and be great. Go out today and crush your goals. I hope to see you again real soon. Till that time, you know what time it is. DJ, hit the music.